So, hello, I'm very happy to present to you our project idea, which is on the subject work in a low-growth world. So, I want to start just with our question, which we did answer with our project idea. The question is the following. Imagine a low-growth world. What will be the work models that drive this world and make it a positive place for all? So I think this question is a little bit difficult because we have to imagine a whole new world and how does this all work with that low growth, but we want to keep it simple. Because of that, we have an example. We have Adam. Adam is like you and me. He's very normal. Adam is 55. He's a nice guy, and he has a nice woman. And nice little Adams and nice little Evas. Yeah, he works at a service company. His hobbies are traveling. He likes doing something with his family, and he's interested in technical stuff, and he likes his car. So, yeah, we see he's really normal guy from next door. What are we going to do with Adam? We take Adam on a journey with us to the low-growth world. But what does expect Adam in this new world, and how does this world function? How are things there? So, we imagine this low-growth world to be a whole world with a low-growth system which works everywhere quite the same. So it's not that in this country we have this system and in that country we have another system. It's global now. And we also imagine it to have a stable economy, so no crisis, and yeah, that is the basic facts. And now there are some things, aspects which are quite different to our society. First of all, there are only a few resources left on our globe. So as a result of that, the production has strongly decreased because humans have realized we cannot go on producing and consuming as much as we did because there are just not enough resources anymore, and we see that way doesn't lead us any further. So as a result of this again, there is less workforce needed. Does that mean that many people are unemployed in this low-growth world? Does that mean that Adam does not have a job? But Adam wants to have a job. He's going to be sad if he doesn't. So we seem to really have a problem here at that point, and we need a solution.
I need a microphone. Hello? Is it working? So, I may have a solution. But first of all, we need to realize that this problem is even more severe than it seems now, because also technical advances reduced the working spaces we have drastically. So this means we need a big solution. And we have one, a big but simple solution. All the work that is available will just be split up so that more people can participate on the working market. That means that the work that before was done by one person, by one atom, will now be done by two atoms. This means all working hours will be halved, so only 50% of the working hours will be done by one person. That means that the doubled amount of people can participate in the working market. But this, however, has severe consequences. Not only do we have, of course, only half of the wages we had before, but only all this time new that is free. So how do people spend their free time in a low-growth world? Will Adam now go traveling like he loves to? Or work on his car and tune it up? Buy the newest iPhone, iPad, iMac, or whatever to spend all his time online? No, he can't. In a low-growth world, there is neither money nor resources to afford this kind of lifestyle. So, how does Adam spend his time? In a low-growth world, society has to find new valuables that matter to them, so they can give their life purpose, joy, and happiness. And this society found out that it may just be as great to spend more time with friends and family rather to buy the newest iPad, or to be helpful to others, be useful and be loved, or simply self-realization, maybe fulfill a passion in all the new time that you have. That's what Adam did. Adam always had his dream. He wanted to write a book, but he never found the time because he was always working. Now, he finally found the time to write the book he always wanted to. But there need to be other solutions and opportunities presented by the system to give this new society a useful way to spend their new free time.
Exactly. It's already, Kim already explained to you that there need to be a new solution what to do with your free time, because Adam, you know, he can't just sit around and make something like a couch potato day all day long. So some of you, I asked some of you last evening what you would do with 2.5 days more in your life. We made a little experiment mindly that I will pay you just the same amount of money you get now, but you just have to work the whole time. So it was interesting for me because the first answer already was friends, family, need more time for them. Some of you also said science, and another one said that she would just do the same, but getting unpaid, she wouldn't care. So there are also some very happy people here. Well, we just thought we need to give them the opportunity to do something. You know, we need to show them what they can do. You know, there are the classical solutions. You could spend time on the internet, as he is doing, but you're doing that on a job, so you don't need to do that anyway. Then there's the classical solution that you can drive around an old lady in a wheelchair and do something good for society. But you think there are better solutions? Well, that is a good solution, but there are other things you can do, helping the society, but also having a good free time. We came up with the idea of a social house, which means something of a common space. So what do a common space mean? It's very local. It's based in a neighborhood. Everybody has access to it. So you go there in your free time and do stuff there. Who is going there? Since everybody is working less, everybody needs something to do, and in the end, everybody ends in the common space. So everybody's there, families, young people, kids, everybody you can imagine. So how does the common space look like? It's like a house, a classical house in a community with a lot of space, because you need a lot of space, why I explain later on. And it could be surrounded by a nice little park so that you have, you know, kind of a common useful garden where you also could produce stuff. Now the biggest question, what would you do there? Because just hanging around there instead of hanging around in the home isn't really the solution either. So we came up with a few ideas. First of all, you could share a lot, because you don't have as much money as you had before, so somehow you need to get your stuff with paying less. So I, wanted to ask you, who of you has a pressure cooker? Pressure cooker is like, a dampfkochtopf. Who of you has one? Great. I think all of you, but some never used it in their lifetime, so they don't even know. Now, I ask you, who of you used this pressure cooker during the last month? Okay, that's quite a lot. I'm surprised. But there's still a lot of people not doing that. So, for example, why don't have shared pressure cookers? You could also do that with a lawnmower. Since you have 2.5 days free time, you can lawn your grass whenever you want, so you don't need an own one. This is just one idea. You can share things that you don't have to buy them for yourself, because it's pretty expensive, but also to share it, it's better for the environment, and you don't have the resources to just build one for everybody. And for sure, you can share cars, like we're doing it today with projects like Mobility in Switzerland. Then there's the social aspect. You can meet friends there, you can meet the family there, but you can also do volunteering work. You can actually, drive the old woman around in the wheelchair, because it's a good thing. So you spend your time with a lot of people instead of sitting at home alone. Then we have the nature. You could organize something, like hiking tours, but you can also organize sports. And as I already explained, you could have a shared garden where you produce fruits locally. So just, go back to the roots and do some more things naturally. Then there is the cultural aspect. As Kim already mentioned, there are a lot of people who are having projects in mind which they just don't find the time doing it. Example are writing a book, founding a band, or listening to learning a language. That's all stuff people want to do, but they don't have the time to do. So now they can, and the great thing about the common space is that there are always experts in various fields. So for example, who of you in here speak Spanish? I see a lot of hands. And for example, I would love to learn Spanish. So why don't we, spend the afternoon together, and you could you could teach me some basics. That's another idea of the social house. Then, as I mentioned, there were some ideas about science. You probably know Gregor Mendel. He was a monk and used all his time doing experiments with beans. So why don't you use your free time doing something like Gregor and find out new great things? Then there is the learning aspect. You can learn your whole lifetime. Because you always have 2.5 days, you can learn something. You can learn languages, but you can also learn new techniques. You can learn, whatever you would like to learn. And the last one is caring. You're not alone anymore. You can help each other. You can show them how to do things. You can fix things for them. But you can also, the wheelchair woman, as I already explained. Then we have a few problems. Who is going to pay this house? Because the people don't have enough money. Well, they do have enough, as I explained later on, but they don't have very much amount of money, so we need a solution for this. And it's actually that you pay a monthly price to be able to go there. It's a it's not much amount of money, but you have to pay it to, build the house, and it's also sometimes needed to replace a few things. You could do that with a monthly payment on a membership base. Then to the main advantages. You give the people something to do, because spending 2.5 days more without any task is quite difficult, so you now have the solution, what you can do. It's very cost efficiency, because you have the social aspect with caring, sharing, you need, first of all, less social aid, because you can do that at the common space, less healthcare, because you go more outside, there are sick people, but not that much. And it saves money for the people itself, because they can share things. They don't need that amount of a big house, because they just spend more time in a common space. So it's all about adding value to the society by adding value to your own free time. Then we come to the summary. It's, first of all, less work to do. As a solution, we have to use the free time smart. And in the end, I want to give you a take-home number instead of a take-home message. Take the 50%, because we know it's not quite how it will work out, but it's just a great thing to have this 50% in mind when you discuss about low growth. And I want to show you Adam again, Adam and his wife, the little Adam and the little wife, well, the little Eva. So, they're all quite happy, as you can see here. So just remember the number and think about Adam's happy face now and see it as a possible solution for the future without growing all the time. Thank you for your attention.
I give you group number 5 with their coach, Anna. Is everybody on stage?